Hello, today I want to present about the peak oil and its impact on the future tourism and transport. What is the peak oil? The definition of peak oil is the point when the global oil production reaches the highest level and begin to decline permanently. The key point is oil is an infinite resource. After peak oil, the extraction become harder and more expensive, first predicted by M. King Hubert in 1950. Why does big oil matter? Consequences is rising fuel prices, energy insecurity, and economic disruption in oil-dependent sector. For the first one is rising fuel prices because Saudi Arabia is the one of the higher or the main distributor for fuel. So they will make up the prices for fuel for another country to buy it for them. For the energy insecurity because fossil doesn't have to reincarnate because like another. So fossil fuel will be run out after that time. And also economic disruption in oil. For example, the industries or factory that use more and more fuel will be disrupted by this problem. And relevance to the tourism transport, both industry are heavily rely on oil-based fuel. For example, transport is really engaging with the fuel. So if uh, cut up a fuel, there will be no using transport. Effect on tourism. The first one is travel, increased travel costs, which is high airfare and fuel surcharges, and reduce demand for international travel because most of the airplane right now are using fuel, so the airplane fuel are really much expensive rather than the car and or vehicle fuel. Second is shift in travel trends. They will be more domestic and regional tourism rather than international tourism. So it will grow in ecotourism and so travel. So people will go to the, the domestic area using cars, motorcycles, plane or buses. Three is impact on remote destination. They will reduce accessibility. So there will be more EV car, I think, EV car to access, and because that all the car will be not used. Effect on transport is higher operating costs because airline passes and cross airline effect are will affected because they are using mm, oil and they need to oil to operating, and also the increases ticket prices. They will increase based on the operating costs that they use. For example, if they use more oil, they will increase the ticket prices. Also, will shift to the green technologies. EVs, electric vehicle, hydrogen and biofuel will be used more by another transport or consumers because oil is not relevant for them. Also, government incentive for sustainable transport was like ART, MRT, buses, train, taxis will be used. How industry must adapt. The first one is diversity in energy sources. So industry will use windmill to change the oil. Also, they will use a dynamo to use to change the substitute the oil, or they use the dam to to use it as the generator of their industry. And also second one is promote sustainable travel practice. So it will be more sustainable to tourists because they will use a, a good and a great in a great transport rather than use oil. And also is invest in digital and local tourism. This is because more people will go to domestic and regional places rather than international places. They will be more engaging to digital rather than be going there. And also develop alternative transport option. For example, EV cars, I mean hydrogen engine like Toyota that they're making right now for the not for the engine they're using hydrogen to beat up EV car. For for the conclusion, the key takeaway is peak oil is a major turning point that will reshape tourism and transport globally because tourism are connected with transport and transport is so much important to tourism because they take to one places rather than be just one places at there. The future is more local, more sustainable, and less dependent on fossil fuel because we don't know when will fossil fossil fuel will be run out. So we will need to dependent for another energy rather than rather than the hoping for the fuel. Thank you. That's for me.